Welcome to the Going On Daily. I'm your host, Mike Palmer, and today we have a fantastic show lined up for you. Joining me is my co-host for today, the one and only Richard the Shark Rosner. Get ready for an hour of lively discussion, interesting insights, and plenty of laughs. Let's dive right in. But first, remember, you can follow us on YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting. On Facebook, we're at RI Broadcasting. And then on Patreon, if you want to give us a little money to help keep the show going, it's also at ribroadcasting.com. How you doing today, Richard?
Good, brother. Hey, happy belated Father's Day, my man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I've got four grown boys, and I heard from all four yesterday, which is a feat in itself.
Look at you, man. Can
No
you believe
children on
summer?
your side, Lester, that you know about?
Shh. No kids. I help kids out all the time, but I love it. But I got to tell you, Ron, real quick. Can you believe Thursday's the kickoff of summer, man?
Thursday's what?
First
The
day of
official
summer.
first day of summer? Oh, I didn't realize it. Down here in Florida, it's hot all the time. It's summer every
I
day
know.
here.
You know what I always say? Oh, even the first day of summer, I always say summer kicks off Memorial Day. Don't you agree? That's like for us up here.
Yeah, that seems like a good rule of thumb there.
Yeah. So we got some great topics today, man, don't we?
We do. We do got some great stuff going on. We've had some problems down here in Florida with some shark attacks up in the Panhandle. This past week, Florida fire officials are still asking beachgoers to exercise caution. This past Sunday, not yesterday, the Sunday before, after 3 people were injured on a Friday in 2 separate shark attacks within 90 minutes of each other, and the attacks were 4 miles apart.
Wow. Hey, can I do this?
Yeah.
Get out of the
Out
water,
of the
people.
water. Get out of the water.
Get out. Lifeguards in house.
See the part of the announcement. There was, please do not underestimate the open water and any of the marine life that could be present. The department said yellow and purple flags are being used to warn people of moderate surf hazards and dangers of marine life. Just after 1:15 p.m. on Friday, authorities responded to a report of a woman being injured by a shark in the water near Watersound Way in Coopersmith Lane, which is up in the Panhandle around Destin.
Okay.
Now,
Which is a beautiful area.
Yeah, the 45-year-old woman was reportedly swimming just past the first sandbar with her husband near Watersound Beach, Crawford, said at the news conference. The woman suffered significant trauma to the midsection and pelvic area of her left lower, and her left lower arm was amputated, according to Crawford. She was airlifted to a trauma facility for treatment. The second attack took place at the Sandy Shores court area of Seacrest Beach at approximately 2:55. So it's less than what? 1:40, an hour later.
Yeah.
4 miles east of the first incident. So maybe the shark didn't get full yet. 2 girls, approximately. Now I heard it was a girl and a boy, so this might have changed. Oh, there it is. That's the one. That's the one.
Better watch out. There might be a shark attack on this show, Mike.
It could be. It could be, man. Two teenagers, approximately 15 to 17 years old, were in waist deep water with a group of friends just inside the sandbar, which I guess is a significant thing up there. When the incident occurred, one of the young ladies was bit. The shark took off her hand and her right leg.
Damn! Wow.
So luckily for her, on the beach there were 2 trauma nurses and an anesthesiologist and then another general practitioner. They all just happened to be there, and a man, I believe he was from Ohio, trudged through the blood-infested water and dragged this young lady out of the beach. And then the trauma team went to work on her right away. They said she would have bled out.
That is something from like a movie, Mike. Isn't it? Seriously, when you think of it, man, I mean, shark attacks, that's kind of scary, man, when you're on the beach.
I mean, we're near where I live, New Smyrna Beach, is called the shark bite capital of the world. We get bites all the time, but not normally this severe. It's
Okay, do you go in the water?
Do I go in the water? I'll
Yeah.
go in the water, yes.
Okay.
My wife barely goes past her ankles now at this point. Maybe just her calf, especially after the shark bites. But if I have somebody with me, I'll go waist deep, if maybe not a little bit deeper, but not by yourself. It's just somebody's got to be there to pull you back in.
I know, big time. So what is it like the sharks are going after? Like, I mean, if you have a wetsuit on, some people say if you have a wetsuit on, you're more safer and stuff like that because there's not much movement. I don't know.
Well, here in Florida, because the Gulf Stream is so close to at least my side of the state, it's so close that all the bait fish and stuff that they eat end up coming closer to shore. So as those things come closer to shore, obviously the sharks are coming in behind them trying to get it. Now we have surfing on this side, so a lot of the surfers will get bites and nibbles, but not normally taking off a hand and a leg.
Yeah, that is devastating. I mean, hand in a leg, I mean, it's a life-changing experience for you. I mean, what do you
Right,
do then?
exactly.
And
Yeah,
that
I mean,
and that Destin area is pretty nice because they have that Crab Island. Have you been there? That
no,
island
I
they
have
have?
seen. I've been up the Panhandle. I haven't been to Crab Island. Yeah, that's a
That
big tourist
sandbar.
area up there. They have all
Yeah.
the white sugar sand up there. I mean, there's a lot of people there every year.
Could you imagine like a shark attack out there in the sandbar? Because you're out there, like, I mean, what do you do at that point? I mean,
Right. Exactly. I mean, you got to watch the tide anyway. Your boat will get stuck, but now you got to watch for sharks.
whew. Hey, no, just not even sharks on the water. How about land sharks too? You better watch.
Well, what was it in South Carolina this past week? A lady got run over by a police truck she
No,
was
I
laying
didn't.
on the beach. 65-year-old woman got run over, and I believe she died.
You got to be kidding me. Well, down in Daytona now, would you know this? Like, do they still ride on the beach? Because I know when I was
You
a
can
kid,
still
we used
drive
to
on the
go down.
beach, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
'cause-
Daytona to New Smyrna. That's like the next. There's Daytona Shores, and New Smyrna Beach. It's all drivable still.
and that's kind of scary. You're laying there and they're driving right by you. What if they're like drunk or something?
They keep a pretty good eye on that. Police patrol all day long, and they have
Okay.
lanes like on a highway. It's not just
Mhm.
like you're just randomly driving around the beach.
Yeah.
Up in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, I don't know how the cop ran over the lady, but I mean, we have the seawall, and then you can park, and then there's the lane, and then there's the rest of the beach and the water.
Man, that's just scary. I mean, and you know what? Then when did we have a shark attack over in San Diego too? I think we had one a couple weeks ago at my brother's
I
place.
think something. I'm sure they have sharks over there.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like it's coming like summer's not even really kicked off, like we said, and it's like we're having these attacks already. It's like, wow.
Well, they showed aerial footage from up in the Panhandle, and there are sharks everywhere up there right now. I'm surprised they don't close the beaches.
Yeah.
They might have at this point. Who knows? But I mean, you have to be careful. And now they're saying here in Volusia County, we're understaffed for lifeguards for the season. So who knows what's going to happen in Volusia County out there, which is Daytona, New Smyrna, and stuff.
Yeah. That's, you know what? And lifeguard was like a thing to do. I don't know about you, but you know, I did it a couple of times with the Boy Scouts. But like, you know, if you had a chance at the beach to be a lifeguard, it was like the coolest job in the summertime, wasn't it?
Oh, sure, yeah. When I was a kid, I was a lifeguard at a country club, which is not as glamorous, but hell of a lot
You
easier.
still got to hold that whistle and you know your red
You do
shorts.
whistle, you're sitting up in that chair at the thing.
Oh yeah, and you're like in charge of everybody, right?
Right.
You're like, and then if you didn't like somebody could blow the whistle a couple times, you know, you get that snotty kid. You're like,
Right.
get out of the pool.
Hey, no running. Well, they're running. Yeah, but she's cute. You're not cute, so no running for you.
Dude, such bias, wasn't it?
Right, sure was.
But isn't it amazing? Like these kids don't want to be lifeguards now. You think there would never be a shortage for that?
You would think. Well, we saw tryouts. We were there 3 weeks ago, and they were doing tryouts, and some of them were a little, there one guy that was way in the back. We don't even know if he's finished or not. I mean,
so they weren't the Baywatch kind of lifeguard, is what I'm trying to say.
There was a handful of those. You run in, and the girls are going, "Oh, I hope he's 18 years old." They go, "I don't think that girl is, so I'm not looking at all. I'm not gonna look."
Oh God. Which, by the way, Baywatch. Did you like Baywatch? Were you a Baywatch fan?
Oh, sure I was. Of course.
Do you realize that was the #1 show worldwide at one time?
Oh, yeah.
I think it still might have the records for that.
Sure. The spinoffs never seemed to work. They never really took off.
No, but Hasselhoff, he's the one who created that. That was his idea. The Hoff. You gotta love the Hoff.
I'm sure. He's probably still riding those residual checks.
Oh, from Baywatch to Knight Rider. I mean, come on.
Have you seen how some of how the people turned out? They do like the Baywatch picture and then how they look now.
Oh, I tell you what, if I got to tell you, Hoff's probably
to some people.
No, Pam Anderson. I tell you what, totally different now. I mean, well, we see Pam in a lot, but a lot of them are like, wow, they could never be on Baywatch right now. I mean, they just
Baywatch seniors. Maybe that's a new thing they'll do. They just with their walkers going across the beach.
Hey, they could work at the senior centers and like the what's them places in Florida they have the communities,
the wave pools.
Yeah, and like the 55 and over, like the mobile parks and stuff like that.
Right, they're getting lowered in on those chairs with the lower them into the water.
What kind of outfit would you have on? You can't wear the same thing you had back in '91.
No, it would be well, for like men, we could still wear the trunks. We can get away with that. But the women
What about the
start going
shirt? You got to
with
cover up a little bit, right?
right, yeah. Well, I do wear a swim shirt now when I go to the beach, so but that's more skin cancer than, you know,
Oh yeah.
hiding things because those things are skin tight anyway. So, but the women as they get older, they go to the bigger suits, more square footage with the little tiny skirts and all that stuff, or the cute older stuff.
So what? You're down in Florida. So
I'm
what is
trying to be
big bush?
nice.
No, we are being nice, but that's okay. And I'm trying to be nice on Monday too. But you know how it goes down that rabbit hole we call it.
Right,
What's the
exactly.
trend right now? Have you seen on the beach? Because I was down in Key West. The 80s is coming back. A lot of bright colors, a lot more being like short stuff now. Remember a couple years ago, he did hip waders, like higher bathing
Right.
suits.
Yeah, you're right. The butts being out now is the big thing. Where it's not
Oh,
really
okay.
not really a thong. There's a piece of material down the back, but it's a lot of cheek showing though.
But you know what's coming out for guys? Did you see it? I mean, we could talk about this some other episode, but this is kind of funny. They actually have like, I hate to say it, but the thong. Now it's a thong where it's only wrapped around one leg and goes around.
What? How does that?
Like it's like a pocket.
I can picture. I'm just saying how that holds up.
It's very, yeah. Trust me. Living in Pittsburgh
I
at the
don't wear
pool.
that.
No, my buddy used to tell guys, he's like, dude, go change, man. I don't want to see that all day. And
Yeah,
that's like,
no, nobody wants to see me wearing that. No.
no, I think board shorts are probably the best for guys. You know, something
Yeah,
or just,
board shorts.
yeah, we don't need to have the short shirt, guys. Don't do that
Now,
stuff.
Do you like the kind with the lining or without the lining?
I have a mix because the lining sometimes it doesn't really, it's like grabs you. Am I right?
That's what I was getting at. I can't wear the lining. It ends up rubbing like a little sore spot, at the end of your
Yeah.
fella.
So what is the lining for?
So-
Do you even
I-
know what
I-
the
I-
purpose of a lining? What is it for? Like, what's it?
I mean, I wear boxer briefs under my board shorts, which is more comfortable for me.
Is this supposed to protect you from like fish biting you there? Is
I
that like a?
don't know. Because it's a mesh anyway.
Yeah.
So,
So, I
and
don't.
then the end of your member gets stuck on that thing, and then you're pulling at it the whole time you're at the beach.
Well, you know what's
and then
funny is like if it never fits the right way. Like the mesh is like you cannot pull it up because the mesh
Right.
doesn't like it only
doesn't-
goes like up so
it's
far.
not elastic or anything. There's no give.
And it
to
doesn't stretch either. It's like just
No.
right there and it's comfortable. Yeah, sometimes I cut it out. I'm gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, if I end up buying one by mistake with the lining, I cut the lining out. All right, you want to move on? Let's talk about that ride that got stuck upside down.
Oh yeah, last week, man. I think it was Friday or Thursday. Okay,
I
and the
saw
ride
bits
was
and
in,
pieces. Go ahead. I saw
What's up?
bits and pieces of that on TikTok over the weekend.
yeah, it's crazy. So it was in Oregon, and the name of the ride. You ready for this, Mike? It was called Atmosphere. Fear, Fear.
Oh, well,
Yeah, well, that was fear. I think 28, from what I hear, it was 28 to 30 riders upside down for 20 minutes.
Oh my lord!
Yes, nobody got hurt. A couple people went to, were like a little nauseated and stuff like that. But
Right?
I mean, how do you get stuck upside down for 28 minutes? I mean,
How did they get them down? Did they just get the machine unstuck?
yes.
They obviously didn't like throw up a ladder to get those people down.
No. But they had 911 there and they had the fire trucks and all that stuff. But my thinking is, I don't know about you, but hanging upside down, the only person who can hang upside down is a bat that long. Come on. I mean, like,
Yeah,
that
it had to be some type of residual effects of some sort.
oh my goodness. And then you're thinking, what if something broke and that just, you slide right out? I mean, like you're hanging in there by just a
Right.
harness.
Yeah,
That's
right.
it.
Yeah, don't touch the buckle, whatever you do.
And it's funny because I did a little bit of research, Mike. Do you realize that there's like an amusement park ride stuck every week somewhere across the country?
Really? All right,
Yes.
cross amusement parks off the list.
And the safest ride, they said, is the roller coaster. Can you believe that?
that makes sense. It probably gets more maintenance than anything else.
Well, if it gets stuck, it's kind of like you're stuck on a hill, you're stuck down. You're really not
Right.
stuck on a corkscrew because it's got the gravity to take you somewhere down,
That's true. Yeah. And well, does that mean for like a Disney World type roller coaster, or are we talking like a county fair type roller coaster? Because those are considerably smaller.
No, we're talking about like the wooden ones and the metal ones and all that,
So the ones they take down and snap back up. Because they're gonna say those
Yeah.
aren't really that big. So if it like you get stuck at the top, well, you can just get out and walk down. These people in this thing in the graphic, they're not getting down.
No,
by
and
the
that
toes.
I can tell you that. Oh no, up there like that, county fairs. I'm going to tell you straight up. I will not ride anything at the county fairs. I had friends. Actually, I did it a couple of times. They had it in our newspaper in my hometown, Mike. $14 to put up rides. We'd put them up, and there'd be like 6 bolts left.
$14. They're paying basically minimum wage to people. Here, we know.
Yeah, and it was like, and there was like
this
6.
Here, make it to go.
You know what's funny is there were 6 bolts left on some of the machines we had, and the guy's like, "Oh, don't worry about it, as long as it holds up." Like, dude, it's like, and they had one guy. I think he was drunk going around inspecting the rides. I mean, and they had them on like little boards. We had planks that leveled the stuff out because like if you're at a county fair, it's usually grass or gravel, so nothing's level. And it's going up real quick, the tilt-a-whirl and stuff like that. And one time I seen the tilt-a-whirl, they're pulling it, the handle broke. And the guy went, "Oh shit!" They're still spinning around on the tilt-a-whirl, and it's like he had to go underneath, crawl underneath, and hit the emergency button.
Oh yeah, it's not put that where you can get to it.
No, and it's like, and half the like I hate to say, but carnival people, I love them. I call them the carnies, but dude, I don't think they even check the people when they lock them in. They're just like real quick going through it. They're worried about looking at the girls and the music, and it's like,
right. So if, when you guys put it together, there was 6 leftover bolts. You figure if they put it up, let's say 3 times a month, by the end of the month, that's 18 bolts that thing's missing. We missed 6 last time. You got 4 this time? That's fine.
Well, have you ever went to a carnival? Like, you know how, like, even like the games, if you take your girlfriend or wife, they heckle you, and they used to say inappropriate stuff too. I mean, they were just like rude.
Yeah, the guy in the dunk tank used to say inappropriate stuff all the time. We've got one of those eyes here. It's called the Orlando Eye, that giant Ferris wheel thing.
Yeah.
And I've got a buddy who helped build it. He said if it gets stuck and they can't restart it, there's a 24-hour evacuation plan before they can get each one of those pods emptied. It takes 24 hours from when they start at the top for the fire department to get everybody out. So the seats in the middle of it, you lift up the lid on the seat. It's like a bench seat. And there's bags in there that have water, protein bars, and bags to go to the bathroom in.
You got to be kidding me.
Nope, that's what he said. So I've never gone on it because, I mean, God forbid I got stuck on that thing. I'm a little claustrophobic to start with, let alone leave me in a glass box for 24 hours where I'm pooping in a bag in front of seven or eight other people I don't know.
Oh my goodness. You know what's scary? The Ferris wheel. When you go to these carnivals again, like you see them swinging at the top and you know, there's bolts that go in there. 2 bolts is it.
Right.
If that one's not in all the way, that's just, I've seen people where this slides out
you
and
always get
hanging.
some asshole that's swinging his feet back and forth trying to make it go up and down.
I've had a friend did that before too. I don't like heights, Mike. And when you have like 4 people in them bigger carts and they're swinging, dude, I'm like, get me the hell off this thing. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
And then you know what? When you get on these Ferris wheels, you know, sometimes, you know, back when I was a kid, you're dating somebody like, oh, you can't say no. So you get on it and then they take you up and you're the last one to get off. I hate that. It's like you're stuck on top while they're getting people off.
Right. Yeah, it goes around 3 times, and then you're think, right.
And I'm always the last one to get off. I'm like, I think the guy just like does that on purpose, man. You know.
Well,
like,
maybe you said something to him, Richard, on the way.
It's that look, or he's like, oh, this guy here, this
yeah,
guy,
look at this guy. This guy thinks he's a shark. I'm gonna make him wait.
But getting back to like real quick here on the amusement parks, I mean, really, when you think of it now, I mean, I don't know if there's gonna be lawsuits for this and stuff like this, but how do you check the rides all the time? Like, that's the thing I have to understand. Like, I mean, do you check them daily? I don't even know how the procedure goes for that. I have to do some research.
There's a safety protocol, but I don't know. I think they put it up and then they check and then that's it until they take it down. I don't think somebody from the county or the city comes by, you know, every day and goes, okay, did you put oil on the axle? Did you tighten all the bolts down? I don't think that happens. Because
them things, I mean, they're all electronically. If you're tied in, that thing could just come out if something's not in malfunctions or something like that.
Oh, sure.
You know?
Motor could lock up, you know, all of a sudden it jerks you to a stop, or, you know, a flywheel snaps and it just goes just spinning around.
You know the scariest one real quick, the swings. How about the swings? Did you always think when you go to swings that could just like snap?
Yeah.
And you're just off the orbit?
We have, right next to the eye, they had one of those where it sort of looks like the thing that was upside down, but it just goes up. You know, and then it shoots up and then you drop, you free fall down. We had a kid fall out.
No way.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. He was a larger young man and probably should not have been in the ride to start with, but they like forced the bar down and they thought it latched. And yeah, he fell out and died. And it was a lawsuit and it was all over the papers. And the thing's still up, but I don't think they've ever started it again.
I would thought there would be like a weight limit on that, you know, because them
There's
swings
when that was the big problem. The people running the ride should not have put the kid on it. He didn't fit.
Yeah.
But somebody's like, inhale, inhale, inhale.
Because when you're up or swinging, there's no way. I mean, you're out. If that bar slides up, you're done.
Right. Oh, well, there was footage of him. He didn't like, whoop. He went out gradually, and they couldn't get it down fast enough.
I'll never ride that again. I didn't like it as a kid either. That's one of them rides.
So many of those things now we go, no, we're not riding that. No,
I'll stick in Kittyland. I'll do the Kittyland ride still.
Right. I want the motorcycle that just goes like this around in a circle.
Yeah. Hey, could you imagine me and you on that? They're like, look at these weirdos.
I'm winning, Richard. I'm winning. You can't catch me.
Or even like the horse. They had my one friend. She's like, you're not going to do that. You know the one you put a quarter in, like in front of the department stores. We still have them up here in Pennsylvania and West Virginia. I'm thinking, what the heck? I mean, when you look at that now, it's like, what kid has excitement off that for like a minute? That's like boring, isn't it?
Exactly.
We thought it was like the greatest.
There's an old mall here that I used to take my mom to walk in before they closed it, and there was a pot of those in the middle. Every week when we walk by, I start asking her for a quarter like I'm 5 years old. She's like, what for? I go, I'm going to ride the ride, Mom. Come on, I want to ride the ride.
Oh, my goodness. That's too funny.
Go,
and all it did was shake, Mike. It didn't even go back and forth. They just shake like.
Yeah, it just didn't. Right. Yeah. Or there was the boat where the front went down and then the back went down.
Oh, yeah, the boat. And then you could put your brother or sister in the back. Remember that? There was and then you'd always argue who one had the little steering wheel.
Yep. That's right. Oh, the good old days. Now, if you try to put a kid in that, it'd be going, I'd rather watch it on my phone.
Well, then you got to sanitize it. You don't know who in hell was in it before. And
I didn't think about that. Oh, yeah, no, how dirty were those things?
Dude, they never wash them. They're the filth. If you ever go to one, that and something else real quick, when I take a side note, how about the bubble gum machines and all that stuff when you go into these like restaurants? Would you ever touch that? How long's that gum been in their machines?
Yeah, it's
gotta be years.
That first 2 or 3 bites takes a bit to get that thing soft where it doesn't, you're afraid you're not going to break.
And you taste and it tastes like you're eating metal. I mean, seriously, it has to be sitting there for 5 years, maybe some of that stuff, 10 years.
Maybe.
Ugh.
Oh, now I want candy and go on one of those rides though.
That's the only thing good about amusement parks now. The food is actually good. The French fries.
Okay, we'll just break into that. I love carny food. Anything deep fried, put it on a stick. I'll eat it. I don't care what it is.
Hey, you know what the best is? And I use like fried dough, but funnel cake is my bomb. Funnel cake.
Yep. Oh. Yep.
And I'm the kind of person I don't share. Do you get your own funnel cake for yourself? Like you can't share with your wife, can you?
Well, you kind of have to. And she goes, "No, I don't want one. You just get one." And then she eats.
And then guess what? As soon as you get it, guess where the hand comes?
Right. Exactly. Stop it, it's mine. I offered you one.
I know. That and French fries.
Just go ahead and buy 2. No, I don't want one. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Here, hold this then. In time, you guys have already eaten that one.
What's funny is in Florida, you guys have carnivals all the time, don't you? I mean, you guys have I think the wintertime's big for you, right? A lot of carnivals.
There's a traveling. Well, no, because it goes around all year long. There's a season probably where it comes through, but it's like anything else. It goes county to county. So it's at the Volusia County Fairgrounds, and then maybe the week after it's at the Pinellas County grounds. Whatever the next county over is.
Well, here in the north, we get kicked. I think next month it kicks off. July and August and September.
Yeah, I guess you guys probably shut down.
Yeah, we don't have anything in the wintertime.
Maybe we do have, because winters here are, as you know, very mild. That would make sense that all those carnies would winter in the southern part of the country.
Which, talking about carnivals, one of my favorite movies of all time, we got to throw this out there, is Funhouse, man. The original Funhouse.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember it. I'm sure I've seen it.
Yeah, they go in this funhouse and they don't come out. They get murdered, and only one person comes out at the end. They go in that, them funhouses with the wheels, the cart, 3 people go in.
Right.
That kind of ride.
Oh. Well, since we have Disney World and all that stuff here, the carnies are a little, they don't get, they're not as popular as I'm sure they would be up north.
But what's funny is a lot of amusement rides I see are based out of Florida or Georgia. That's where the amusement, they go in, in the wintertime. That's where they're based out, the big company. Yeah. So I guess
where they store them down here or something, I would imagine.
And I tell you what, the carnival, I went one time and walked behind it with the tents. Dude, if you see how much alcohol's at these festivals,
I can imagine.
Dude, it's like being a rock star. I met the one guy, and he's like, "It's like a rock star." I was like, and this is back in the day. I was like, he said, "They don't drug test. They don't care about anything. Just show up."
No, I
And then
doubt
when
the
you think
Carnegie.
about that, all joking aside, like what if you were like a Megan's Law or something like that? They don't even check for that. You're around kids.
Yeah, probably
I
not.
mean, it's kind of like scary sometimes when you go to these things.
Right. And then, even if they do something, a couple of weeks later, they're gone. They're out of town again. Moved to the next town.
The freak
Oof.
show. Remember that real
And,
quick? The freak show. Did you have that where you
yep.
got to see like the woman with 3 heads and stuff like that? It was all fake.
I remember the bearded lady. Obviously, that's always
Yeah.
a popular one. Something like Fido, the dog-faced boy, or something. Some guy with a big beard that says he's a werewolf.
You know what? When we went in there, it was kind of like you get all pumped up, and when you went in there, it was kind of like weak ass. It was all like just like a mirror, like a
You're right. Yeah,
magical
or
mirror.
a cutout of a fish with a human head on it or something. Yeah.
But it was always the annoying person because remember the person on the microphone, come in and see the freak show.
Right. Yeah, they talk you into it. They hype it up really
Which
big.
you could never do that now, right? I don't think you could never call somebody a freak, can you? And do that?
I'm sure they still do, in some parts of the country. Who's going to complain? The bearded lady? If nobody comes in and sees her, she don't care what they call, as long as they're paying her.
Can you imagine like meeting somebody like that? Like, what do you do for a living? I'm the bearded lady. I'm the freak.
What'd you shave today? Because you look fine.
When you got a beard, Mike, there you go, man. You could
Right.
be.
I could just grow it in and be the word.
That will be one of your side gigs.
In the wintertime, I grow it longer, but my wife doesn't really like it. So in the summer, she talks me into trimming it down.
You don't grow it like Santa Claus, do you?
If I started early enough, it would, because it does grow in white. And then not last year, year before, I stopped cutting my hair too, so I had longer hair and the beard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was getting called Santa quite a bit.
Like a little ZZ Top instead.
Well, not that long. It's more,
Okay.
maybe just Santa length, not like this.
Now, did you ever do Santa like at the mall or for kids or anything?
No, I'm not that old, Richard. I'm not that old yet. And I'm not big enough. I'd have to wear.
Well, you know what they do? Santa put the pillow. You put that pillow in your
Yeah,
stomach.
I'm a sweater. I'd sweat a lot. I couldn't handle all the.
You'd be like bad Santa, wouldn't you? I'm just joking.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I'd have to cut the sleeves off, smoking a cigar. That would be
With a bottle beside you, right?
A bottle of rum sticking in my back. My back Santa pocket.
Oh my goodness. Awesome. Well, all I can say at the end of the day is if you go on any carnival rides or amusement parks, be careful because you might be stuck upside down.
Right. Yeah. Apparently for 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I've got some things. Did you know? These are things that I found out. I love finding out bits and pieces of information, just random things. My wife always gives me a hard time, but I'll always say, well, the Queen of England does not like potatoes because she wouldn't let potatoes in the castle, so they never had potatoes. But probably now that she's gone, maybe now that's the big thing. French fries for everyone. But did you know 10% of the world's population is left-handed?
10. Wow. My mom's left-handed.
My mom is too. I don't know if it's men or women, but you don't run into people that often.
And it's kind of funny when you sit at a picnic, it's kind of weird. They have to sit on the end. You know that because they'll be bumping you.
My mom and dad used to always have to switch places because they didn't want to elbow each other where they were eating in a restaurant. They just kind of
You know, they always joke about the left-handed people, right? They're in their right mind.
They're in the right mind. Yeah, that's what she always tells us. That was her famous.
We're far out there then. We have an excuse then.
Right, exactly. All right, the average bear only has 42 teeth.
Didn't know
You would
that.
think it would have more. Most of them are sharp incisors. They're built for tearing, not chewing. Did you know rabbits eat their own poop?
Oh, no, I did not.
I did not know that either. I thought that was very strange. Their poop comes out in 2 different forms. It's all the little round pellets, obviously, but
Sort of like milk duds, right? The milk duds,
right.
Andy.
Some are darker than others. They eat the light-colored ones so that they can get all the nutrition out of them before it comes out again. So weird. The Hawaiian alphabet contains only 13 letters. It has 5 vowels and 8 consonants.
The Hawaiian alphabet. I didn't even know they had one.
So, well, all that, where they go Mookie Wookie and Aloha and
Mikalaki or whatever that is, that Christmas song.
Yeah, whatever they say. Right.
Wow.
A cat spends most of its life sleeping. They sleep 15 to 20 hours a day.
Yeah, I can see that. Is that what they call cat naps when we take little naps in the afternoon? Is that cat nap?
It's a cat nap. That's probably where it comes from. I'm not a cat person at all. I don't like cats.
No, because you know what? With cats, they rub up against you. They really are not like a friendly person for you. Some of the cats just want you to leave them alone.
Right. Exactly. They're not. That's what it is. They're not friendly. They're not people
And,
animals.
and you can't walk them down the street, can you? I mean, can you? I don't
I've
know.
seen people try. We've got 2 feral cats that live out here behind the studio, and I mean, they don't like anybody. They're just out there.
You know what's scary is when they're stray cats and you hear them like at nighttime going, "Arr!" Like that's just like,
Right. Oh, it's creepy as hell, isn't
yeah, it's like, what the hell's going on? Are you murdering somebody? Are you getting
it?
murdered? Or
Right. Are you guys about to kill somebody over there? Maybe they're beating up on the raccoons.
what?
Honey never spoils.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, because I keep my honey, it's in the closet all the time. Or,
Right. As long as you keep the lid on it and it doesn't get any water in it, it will never spoil at all.
So you could eat honey 20 years from now then.
You could eat honey 500 years from now.
Wow.
They found not jars, but I guess pottery full of honey in with some of the mummies in Egypt. And then they just popped the top and dipped crackers in it. It was fine.
Wow. No wonder Winnie the Pooh likes honey.
There you go. Fortune cookies were invented in America.
Oh, come on.
Chinese do not do fortune cookies.
You know what? Here we go again. Okay, Mike, we got to talk about this because every holiday or anything like that, just like Cinco de Mayo Day, if you go to Mexico, they think we're like, I hate to say like jackasses because they don't really, they celebrate it, but nothing like we do. Even like St. Patty's Day, we go on these holidays like they're like drinking fest. Now the fortune cookie is not even a fortune; it's a made up American thing.
Right, and then a lot of the food that we consider Chinese food, they don't eat over in China either. They don't do.
So they don't have General Tso's chicken. General Tso's chicken.
General chicken. They don't do sweet and sour sauce. A lot of that stuff they don't do.
So if I go over and say General Tso, where did that come from? Just like somebody
I'm sure
in the
there's
military?
a general. I've heard it's pronounced General Tso. Heard it's pronounced General Tsao. Some people say General Tsao. But yeah, it's probably just some Chinese general, an excuse to make spicy chicken.
So the fortune cookie, they came up with that to what? To make us. I mean, I'm sure China thinks
dessert,
it's like a joke.
I don't know what the original, probably a Chinese restaurant, I'd imagine, made it originally in America. Some little thing, it maybe had coupons in it or something. Who knows?
Okay, so when you go to this place, do you eat the cookie or do you just open it up and see what you're,
well, you got to save it till the end, and then you have to pick your cookie. Isn't that the way you guys do it? They bring them on the table. Like, I can't take a cookie and hand it to you because that's not how it works. That's not giving you your.
You
portion.
pick the cookie. Now, do you smash it? I see kids sometimes they smash it before they open it. Did you ever see that?
No, I like to eat them, so I just snap them and then.
It is pretty good. I heard it's really bad for you. You know that.
Oh, is it really? Oh, great.
It's cooked in some kind of corn syrup or something. No, seriously, it's really bad for you.
Oh, it probably is. I mean, everything's bad for you anymore, but I've got 2 at home. Because if we get Chinese takeout comes to the house, my wife doesn't eat them. I sort of set them off to the side every once in a while.
Did you ever get a fortune actually that you saved? There's a couple I saved that they were really good.
No, I'm going to say, but you ever get a blank one? They say that's extremely bad luck if you get a blank one.
Oh, never got that.
I've gotten blank ones before.
My aunt used to put the numbers on the back and actually used to like play them for the lottery and stuff like that.
Oh, really? Oh, did you ever win?
No, hell no. So the fortune did not come true. And it's kind of funny because if they don't serve them to you, like every restaurant has fortune cookies there. But now a lot of them, do they bring them to your table or do you just have to pick them up on the way out?
I think they bring them with the check.
Okay.
It comes in a little dish, and then they put the dish down. The check's laying on the dish. And then if there's 4 of you, there's 4 fortune cookies in the dish.
You know, the best is, fortune cookies, it is when you have Andy's Candies, when they bring them at the end, like at Olive Garden and stuff like that. That's the best.
Those are the best. They are.
Yeah, I'll try to steal whoever I'm with. Try to slide mine over to get theirs too.
Those are the ones they put on your pillow in nice hotels too.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Little treat there before you go to bed.
And why is Andy's Candy so small, Mike? I mean, seriously, they're like you have to the whole pack.
No, you're right. They can if they made a big one, I would buy the big one.
I'm going to tell you,
a Hershey bar size one. That would be great.
So next year during St. Patty's Day, you got to do it. This year we didn't do the what is it called? The McDonald's, whatever it's called. The
Shamrock Shake.
Yeah, we did the one at Arby's, and it has the Andy's Candies chunks in it. It's incredible.
Oh, did it really?
Oh yeah. So every time you go and suck with the straw, you're getting a piece of the candy in with the
Arby's
with the milkshake.
Shamrock Shake.
Arby's, hands down. I'm going to date myself, but Arby's, they're always the roast beef. You got to love their Arby's sauce and stuff. That's good stuff.
Oh, Arby's is great.
The curly fries.
we're getting off topic here. Did they have? I think it's called Bob's Chicken where you are.
No.
It's a newer chain. There's one here in Central Florida, and I go to it every time I drive by. But the chicken comes in, sorry, like 7 levels of hot. I'm not a
Ooh.
spicy guy, but the chicken is red. The crust and stuff on the outside is red. And they have, I don't know what the sauce is. It's just orange sauce, but it's delicious.
So
And then
it's
their
like
logo is that chicken where you squeeze it and it goes, you know, the chicken with the rubber chicken. That's their logo for their product.
So it might be like a chili Thai or something like that, you know, like a Thai sauce.
I don't know. I took my wife last week. I was like so excited, like, oh, we're gonna be on the side of town with the chicken place. We got to go to the chicken place.
Well, okay.
She goes, this chicken.
You talked about chicken. I got to tell you this. So right beside me, I can walk down. It's Huey Magoo's. You heard of Huey Magoo's, right?
I heard of Huey Magoo's.
Because you have them in Florida every week. We just got our first one up here. It is so good. If you get a chance, chicken tenders at Huey Magoo's, bomb.
That's what I hear. I hear it's really good. I haven't been to one yet, but I know they're down here somewhere.
I'm telling you, take your family. You get Texas toast, French fries, coleslaw, and 5 chicken tenders. You won't eat it all.
Oh, wow.
And their Magoo sauce is, it's like a ranch base with like, it's an orange. I don't know what the heck's in it, but it's incredible.
I'm getting really hungry here this morning, Richard.
Did you eat breakfast yet?
Yeah, but at like 5:30.
Oh, then you're ready. After this show, man, you're ready to chow down again.
Yeah, I eat lunch at like around 11, but I might not make it to 11 today.
I know. We get off subject on that. We went from fortune cookie all the way to that, but hey, it's all good.
Yeah, this is like the Mike and Richard food hour here with us this week.
Cookie Network.
All right. A person will sleep an average of 25 years in your lifetime.
That's kind of scary, Mike.
If you live to be 100, you could sleep a quarter of your life away. Captain Ron, not me. He must have. I have sleeping problems too. I'm not sleeping 25 years.
You know, not me.
More like 15.
My joking aside is I'll get 7 to maybe 8 max. But my dad always said, dude, if you stay in bed all day, man, you'll sleep when you die. You know, I mean, seriously, you're up, just get up, get some coffee, and get rolling.
Yeah, that line from Roadhouse. I'll get all the sleep I need when I'm dead.
Good one.
All right, pigs can't look up. The way their bodies are made and their eyeballs, they can't lift their heads. They're built for looking down to find food.
I now realize that. Wow.
No, when I read that, they showed a picture of the pig, and I'm like, you're right. He can't do that. He can't lift his head at all.
I think in Charlotte's Web, didn't the pig look up? Remember that, Charlotte's Web?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he had to look up. But yeah, that's a cartoon.
Elmer or whatever it was called. But yeah, that now every time I go to a fair now, I'm gonna look at the pigs. They're always on the ground.
Right. Yeah, they can't look up at all. So I mean, if you stand over them, they can't see you. Okay, now this is weird because I saw this 2 days ago and then I saw it again this morning, but a group of frogs is called an army.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either, but it's weird that I've come up with the same fact twice in the last 3 days in 2 different places.
Army. The army.
I've gone 56 years without knowing a frog is an army, and now everywhere I look, somebody's telling me a frog is an army. China originated making paper.
Oh,
which makes sense. They have, like in Japan and China, all the the walls for the houses and stuff. Everything's made out of paper. So that made sense actually. Okay, giraffes cannot swim. The way they walk only works on land. It does not work in the water. And I guess if it's shallow enough, they could like snorkel because their head's up above the water. Uh-oh, we're having technical difficulties.
I'm back.
Yeah. Oh, was it you? Did you freeze again? So weird. If you're not talking,
it's like I'm the freezer now. It's like maybe I think they're cutting me off. I think Ron behind the scenes there. He's like, Shark, you're frozen for a week.
Shark, you're frozen for a minute.
Frozen in time, brother.
All right, now I'm gonna let you guess this one. What is the most common part of the human body that's bitten by insects?
I would say the arm.
It is the ankle.
Oh, I guess ankle bites. Yeah.
Well, the ankle in your body has less nerve endings than any other part of your body, so you don't feel it.
That makes sense. When you get mosquitoes up here, you're always swatting your ankles.
Right. Yeah. That's where you feel it the least. So that's why they get you there the most. So weird.
Good stuff. Wow. So guess put
I
some
like
more
finding out
off on the ankles.
Random things just, I don't know, it sort of fascinates me. And then I store it in my head and somewhere it'll come up.
You know, the best thing is though to get like, so, I don't know if you use off, but when I was in the Boy Scouts, that Avon Skin So Soft is the best thing for like, if you put that over your body.
That one works the best. You're right.
Yep. They won't even touch you.
All right. Now we're going to switch to cable TV and streaming services.
Yes. So Mike, I don't know about you, but I haven't had cable in 10 years. Seriously.
Yeah. We're at least that, if not more.
And the streaming services now. So cable, my parents still have cable. They're old school. They wanted local news and stuff like that.
My mom does too. She still has cable.
Their cable bill is about $220 a month. And that's with all the premium channels.
My mom's is probably a lot higher than she thinks it is.
Yep. So it's averaging anywhere from 120 to 100 to about 250 now is what cable is. It may be more in like California. So the streaming services now, here's what they're saying. Well, the streaming services are like, they're adding up to that, but you're getting all the options. When you have cable, you're not going to get to see Beverly Hills Cop. You're not going to see movies.
Right.
Cable's just a bunch of fluff. You're getting a lot of, you can do like Pluto or Tubi and get the free stuff. Like what's the benefits of having cable now, Mike? You tell me. Like, I don't see any benefits unless it's local TV.
Local TV, which even that, some of the streaming services will offer local TV.
Yeah, like when you get local news, what do you hear? First, we get the weather on our phone, so we don't have to listen to the weatherman or weatherwoman, and it's all crime. It's all crime or politics.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm trying to think. We have Sling. We're Slingers, and that has local news on it. The Fox, whatever the Fox affiliate is. But other than because streaming locks up every once in a while, it used to. That's the only thing I can think of. But I guess satellite would go out. Satellite's not the same as cable, but it's just as bad as cable, though. Satellite always goes out when it rains.
Oh, satellite's awful. How about Dish TV? Like, I used to go watch the fights at like Buffalo Wild Wings, and it would always go out when there's a storm. Like, it'd be just a blackout.
Right.
And remember Dish TV back in the day? Like, my uncle had the big dish you put in your yard. It was ugly as hell.
Oh, it's the big giant one. Yeah.
Like you were like NASA.
Right. Yeah, right. I'm a NASA affiliate. I've got a satellite over my house.
Or you had to staple to like the top of your house, like on the roof or something like that.
I remember we had one of those, yeah, or on the side of your house. And it's got to be pointed the right way.
Is that even around anymore? Does people have them?
I'm sure it is, yeah. I don't remember the last time. Because remember, HOAs used to say you can't, they didn't want to see them. Oh, so some HOAs tried to outlaw the satellite dish. But then they put a law, the federal government put a law in that said you can't, they can't make a rule that limits availability to new technology or something like that. So they had to give it up because it was an eyesore. It was a big dish sitting on the side of your house.
Oh, big time. So do you know that the average person has 5 streaming services? It's the average person, at least 5.
I probably have more than that. I at least have. I have Amazon. I have Sling. I have Paramount. I have more than 5. Now, go ahead.
You know, my secret is I have friends come over and I was like, oh, I don't have it. They'll just log in and I'll stay logged in.
That's what I was going to say. We have 3 that we don't pay for.
I know.
And we used to have 4, but damn, Netflix now can tell if you're in a different place.
And it'll contact the user and say, you're being logged in Florida or Arizona or wherever. Right. It's like, shit.
So we had my son's Netflix forever, and then they changed that rule, and then we couldn't have it. So fine. But he's a fireman. So then for a while he said, well, the second location is when I'm on duty at the firehouse. So he changed the name from Dad to Station 44, which was his firehouse. But that only lasted so long because we are 4 hours away from him. So they're like, there's no way you're working 4 hours away. And you're logged in at the same time sometimes. Like,
that's crazy. And the cable services, Mike, they actually say that they're keeping up with times and with inflation and everything, they're going to keep raising the prices. I'm going to tell you, in the next 5 years, cables, they're getting crushed. And then
cable's going to go away. It's going to go away eventually.
But then you get free cable. Like if I have Xfinity, like I have, there's Verizon for my cell phone, you get free cable right there with that. Samsung gives you free cable too sometimes on their TVs.
Oh, really? It's like I have free HBO because I have AT&T.
See?
HBO streaming.
So getting back to like the cable, like I scrolled yesterday, my parents, it's nothing. It's all bluff. I mean, you have 30 channels of shopping network, but who shops on these networks? My mom does. She loves that. What's the one? QVC. She loves David and all them because she's into watching them and all that. But I don't know about you, but I don't know if your wife does, but I'll just get on Temu or something else and shop quick. I'm not going to watch a whole
Yeah,
show.
my wife loves Sheen. She's a Sheen shopper. She does that one. Now Becky and I talked about Temu last week. You shouldn't do Temu because they're being sued by everybody because they're stealing your information. They only take what is necessary, but who knows what the hell's necessary?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. If Temu's stealing it, my brother works for TikTok, so everybody's taking it. You know, it's like Facebook's got your information. Every app, people don't understand that, Mike, real quick. That actually, when you log into Facebook, it says all your information is product to them. Like your pictures, everything. When we post something, Zuck owns that. People don't know that he could do whatever he wants with that. And then people gets mad. Well, I got blocked or somebody, mimicked my account. Dude, you're leasing Facebook for free.
Right. And then they think that they put that post up that says, from this day forward, I say that Facebook cannot use my photos or any of my information.
Well, you already signed it.
I always go, you know what? You agreed to this when you took the terms and conditions in the beginning. You can't just all of a sudden say, I changed my mind.
And every agreement on there says they can sell to third party too. Basically, seriously, it's covered right there. It says right there in fine print. We don't even look at that stuff. Did you look when you signed your Facebook account?
Nobody reads that. It's like 15,000 pages long.
It's almost as bad as the cell phone.
Kidney later. They might get one of my kidneys. I don't know.
You know what? I always joke. I said all these social platforms and the cell phone is the same way. Did you ever get your bill and it has like air time for $2? If you look at it, you're so confused of what you're paying. Sure. It's like $3 surcharge here. It's like
I was just going through my bank statement for the for the little production company I have here, and there was things on there like what? I was canceling things. I'm like, I don't know. I have what? And I'm Googling because you can't tell what any of the things are.
No.
It's in like code.
It's 100%. And these streaming services, getting back to that, they're up in the price. Have you noticed in a couple of years, $1 here, $2 here?
Yeah. You don't notice. And eventually you're paying $42 so that my wife can watch the Housewives of, somewhere. And
here's the best is commercial free. An extra $6 a month for no commercials.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not commercial free anymore. You're right. It's extra $6. So because they have to get the commercial revenue that you're not providing anymore.
Yes. So in what they're saying is the cable is not going to be able to compete in the next 5 years. I mean, it's getting killed right now. It's like, you can't have cable, Netflix, and everything. You can't afford that. You'd be up to $1,500, $700 a month.
Right. Exactly. You know what? What they call celestial radio is going to end up going away too, because things like this, like what we're doing, podcast. We do an hour-long morning show now, a couple of days a week. So that's competing with the local radio stations.
Well, even local radio, like they come and they want to like ask me to advertise. Like everything is like, I don't listen to local radio ever. I'm satellite radio. When I'm in my car traveling, it's satellite the whole time. And when you get that so cheap,
there's
like
a local talk radio station here that I've been listening to for, 18 years. That if you listen to it so much, the people on the shows, you think they're friends because you know so much about their lives and stuff. So it's just comfortable. But I'm in the car 10 minutes at a strip, if I'm not doing something unusual. So sometimes I'm listening to my own shows. Sometimes I'm listening to this show. When I drive to my mother's on Thursdays, I always listen to this show.
There you go. And what's funny is like, do you think the young kids are actually listening to like radio and waiting for that song to come on? No, they're downloading their own songs.
Not like we used to. Yeah, we used to record. You sit there all day to hear them say your name. This song going out to Richard. She's lost that love and feeling.
You know what the worst is though? Did you always want to record and not have the DJ talk? So you want to cut that out and you go back and rewind. You're like, damn it.
Your own editing.
Yeah, we were with a little cassette and shit like that. Right. You're like, dude.
Cassette to cassette because you couldn't do reel to reel. Nobody knew how to do that. So
I remember when there was
one tape recorder.
Do you remember when they started doing the dubbing back in the day, the cassette to cassette? That was like the biggest technology that year. It was like, you could dub another tape.
I wonder if Captain Ron. I wonder if this is even on. The technical difficulties is still the last thing he put up.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Captain Ron left. I think he's on his boat. I don't know.
We might not be on.
Captain Ron. He's making Ron 2, part 2. Maybe he's out there doing some acting. I don't know.
Mike. Oh, I had technical difficulties. It said Mike, not Ron. 4 live. I don't know what that means.
Oh, hey, just keep going, Mike. We'll just keep going. On our end, we think it's going great on our end.
As long as we fill up the hour, we're good.
That's it. So all we know is at the end of the day, keep streaming because streaming services isn't going anywhere. It's going to keep getting bigger and bigger. Uh-oh.
We went to the 3.
I don't know what happened. Our head's up. Can you see? Let me zoom down. There we go. Mike, you see me? Oh, we're back again.
We're back again.
I don't know what's going on.
Back and forth.
Oh, Hey, you know what? He's rocking the boat, Mike. You know that. I'm getting dizzy.
I'm getting
Are
a
we
little
on,
seasick
are we on that
here.
ride? I think we're on that ride upside down. Is he going to flip us up?
Oh, no. Oh, that'd be funny if he could turn us over. All right, the U.S. Navy has deployed warships here off the coast of Florida, aircraft to track a Russian naval flotilla after the Russian vessel sailed less than 30 miles off the South Florida coast this past Tuesday. U.S. officials told McClathy and Going On Daily News. Oh, there we go again. Last week, Moscow sent 3 ships and a nuclear-powered submarine to the Caribbean for what the U.S. officials say will be a set of extensive military, air, and naval exercises. First of their kind in at least 5 years. I don't know what's going on with that screen.
I don't know. Just keep going, man. We got 9 more minutes.
We got 9 more minutes. So, I'm getting a little dizzy.
Are you getting seasick?
Oh,
Hey, where's that barf bag at, Mike? You need that barf bag now.
Barf bag on. So anyway, so we have some Russians doing maneuvers down in Cuba.
We're doing maneuvers ourselves right now.
Right, exactly. Now, originally they said it was 4 ships, and we thought it was 4 ships, but it's one submarine, it's one missile frigate or something, but then there's a tugboat and then something else. So 2 of the boats aren't really standard military grade, but still, I mean, we had a submarine off the coast for a while.
Cool.
The Biden administration has said it is not concerned by the Russian activity. It has nevertheless authorized the deployment of 3 powerful destroyers and a submarine reconnaissance aircraft to the region. The U.S. Northern Command officials told McClathy, I'm not sure who that is, are going to the Daily News this past Tuesday. We've also now launched a Sub Hunter, which is down there, and we've got a squadron of helicopters and a B-1 bomber that has joined the little party down here. So
would you be concerned, Mike? Would you be concerned? I think I would, man. A little bit.
Yeah, I'd be concerned. Our governor went on the news and said that he is not the commander in chief, but if he was, there would not be any Russian ships off the coast of Florida.
Dude, you're gov, man. He's a wild one. That's all I have to say.
He is. You do not mess with Uncle Ron there.
No, and Uncle Ron, he keeps it real, man. He's just like he says. All I can say is in a day he keeps whatever's on his mind. He's going to say.
Right. I mean, when the entire country was locked down with COVID, he goes, we don't have it down here. We're not locking down.
And you know what happened then? Everybody ran down there and never came back.
Right. Yeah. A lot of people from New York did. We actually set up people at the border, and you had to have a reason to get in for a while.
What, Florida?
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me. During COVID, you had like
sickos coming from up. Oh, you people bringing your COVID down here. We don't have it in Florida. You guys keep it up there.
Oh, so we Northern Yankees are rolling down there, and you're like, get back.
National Guard sitting at the state line going, no, what's the password?
I did not know that. So you'd have to prove you have a family member or why you're going down there.
Yeah, back when it was really bad, not now.
Because you're not going on a vacation. You're not going to lay on the beach.
Well, Disney World, I think they closed Disney Universal. They closed briefly, and then it was just, well, if you wear a mask, you can come in and ride the roller coasters.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's so hot here. Those masks were unbearable. They were terrible.
I don't even want to, like, they were hot up here to sweat in. And the cloth ones were the worst. Remember the ones people used to sell, like with little logos on and stuff like that?
Yep.
It means it's like you have a sweater on your mouth. And then the paper ones used to get like wet. Like I'd go to like Lowe's.
They're not reusable. You get a day out of it, maybe.
If you sneeze in it, forget it. You have to almost like pull down, sneeze, and then put it back up.
Right.
And that defeats the purpose.
My wife is in education. She has 30 or 40 of those still. And she would have to, wash them, and she would have them to match her outfits and stuff. It was kind of weird.
Oh, we won't go back to that time, I hope.
No. But I saw photos recently of the submarine docked in the bay there in Cuba. I imagine the missile frigate is too. I don't know why they sent a tugboat and something else. Oh, but the Canadians have now sent a boat down to hang out with our Navy, and the French. Why? They're showing solidarity with the Americans.
Or they want to know what's going on. A little bit nosy too.
But we're the guard dog for the Canadians, so send somebody down to hang out with the boys.
We're the guard dog for everybody, you know that, right?
Right. And France sent over a boat too.
Oh, good for France. Good.
I didn't even know they had a Navy.
Hey, when you go to France, tell them you want some French fries. See what they say.
Right. Maybe the one.
They'll give you the middle finger.
Don't know.
They hate that. Seriously, French people Oh, yeah. French fries?
French fries
Americans.
and some French bread, and maybe make me some French toast. And they go, oh,
And French dressing? French
Oh,
dressing.
yeah, French dressing. I would like to dip my French fries, please.
We'll give you some dressing, all right. Won't be French.
Yeah, really French, but you will eat it. It will be good for you.
Oh, it's good for you. We'll see what happens an hour later. Ha ha.
Mhm. All right. Hey, tell me about your podcast. What's the name of your podcast?
My podcast, I got a lot of them. So the one I have that's going off right now,
what's a lot of them? How many do you have?
I actually have 6 of them. So, but it's on one channel. So they all have different
Okay.
purposes. But the one for the summer is called Summer School. So it's about
Right.
recruiting, staffing, and we have people on there talking about technology in our industry to learn. So it's kind of cool. It's like the Summer School, like the movie was. So, but
Right.
I have that one. I got one behind the book, which I talk about authors, anybody inspirational, if you know, or anybody like that. I deep dive into their book and behind the scenes, which is pretty awesome. And then I have one called Recruiters with No Limits. These are all live podcasts where we bring recruiters on, experts in my industry of staffing, and when we just talk about the industry and learn. So it's fun. What I love about it, Mike, I've done about 100 shows, man, and it's always live. I mean, I've had people in the back with their bulldozer, looks like their house was moving, a picture frame. A little girl saying, "Mom, I got to go to soccer practice," and she's on a podcast. It's like, the maid running a sweeper on a podcast, and they're running right behind the person. So it's kind of fun, but it's very educational. And if anybody gets a chance, reach out to Staffing Shark. It's so easy to find on YouTube. I'm there.
Ron says if he can't get logged in, the program is down. But I mean, I'm looking to see.
We're on. We're live.
Still on. I just saw we're on.
We're on. We're on. It's all good. Hey,
Ron, sorry, you're not on, boss. We're still running the show. Everything's good.
Ron, we're on the boat, man. I'm getting ready to jump in the pool later. We're good. It's all good. I don't think we have to we'll just have to leave because the show keep running, right? Because he can't turn it off.
Just be a blank
screen. Hey, Ron.
24. Well, there's 24 hours. 24 hours.
This might be 24 hours, dude. No cat nap for you today.
Right, exactly. He doesn't know what's going on. It's still running. Oh, we've taken over, Ron's what it is. Sorry. We don't.
Yeah, Ron, you know what? At the end of the day, we got the show now. It's all good, man. Just sit back and relax.
We still want Becky to come back. So if Becky would like to come back on the show, she's welcome too. But Ron, we've taken over.
Yeah, we've taken over, Ron. Sorry, we took over your boat, right? We didn't tell him that yet, did we?
Oh, that's right. I'm the captain now.
We are the real pirates.
There you go. All right, well, we're going to wrap this up, maybe. Maybe it's still going to run. You can see the wall behind me, and you can watch Richard's pool back there behind him.
Yeah.
Tune in tomorrow, maybe, at 9 a.m. with Ron and Richard on the Going On Daily. And then on Thursday, he can hear us, I guess. He's still commenting. On Thursday, it'd either be me and Ron or Ron and Becky, and I'll do a segment. We'll figure out what's going on for that day. But this has been Going On Daily. I'm Mike Palmer. This is my friend Richard Rosner, and we'll see you. Richard, we'll see you tomorrow.
That's it. Hey, thank you, Mike. See you, buddy.
You bet. We'll see you later, bud. I guess we do.
I guess we just leave. Hey, Captain Ron, what do you want us to do? Watch this.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave. See you, Mike.
See ya. Bye. All right, Ron, what do we do?
Ron, where's the boat? This is almost like, hey, we have 1 minute left. You know that, Mike. So we might as well just do the 1 minute of comedy fun. It's like, I think the last thing was
this week, the Palmer Show +1. I interview Joe Dalton on leadership and how to be a good leader and run your business. He is a local consultant that helps people with their business problems and issues. So that'll be out Thursday at 10 a.m. I don't do live; mine are taped, but I'm not as brave as there.
If you guys get a chance, real quick, I just want to elaborate. Jay Coons from Tampa, Florida, was on my show last week. He has a book called Unstoppable Power. It's very good, Mike. So if you can tell your audience out there, he's very good. Yeah, he's local author, inspirational guy. I mean, real high energy. So you love the program. He's a good dude.
Good deal. All right.
And the last thing before we go, I got to tell you, because we didn't touch the U.S. Open, but do you know the official beer of the U.S. Open? You'll never guess it. Official beer of the U.S. Open. Go ahead.
I have no idea.
Well, couldn't even pick one. What do you think?
Let's say Mick Ultra.
No, Corona. Can you swear? I didn't know that till Corona is the official beer of the U.S. Open.
All right, that's perfect. Do we make that in America? I mean, we might do it. Fortune cookies. No. We make fortune cookies.
We make everything in America.
Ron just everything except everything else. So Ron just
So,
restarted his laptop and the internet.
okay, but we're still going live. I mean, are we
We're
live? Like,
still,
did you
we're
check?
still. It still says we're still on.
Well, maybe we could stay on. Maybe if Ron
There's a
is
little
Ron
bit.
coming back.
There's a little bit of a delay, it seems, because if I hit the live button on the Facebook page, there's a little bit.
Well, you know, Mike, this is the longest show ever right now.
So.
We have that record. You know, like baseball, the longest.
Oh, there you go.
Game.
There's
We
one
have the
person
longest
watching.
show. Oh my goodness, that's too funny. It is. It is a blast, man. What a way to kick off a Monday, right? And
Right,
Ron,
exactly.
if I could say anything out there, you know, Mike, that it's like it's okay. That's why when you're live, anything can happen. Shit
Right.
happens when you're live.
Exactly.
So it happens to me. It happens to all of us. When you're on the cloud, you never know what's going to happen, and that's what I love about this show. It's like we're live. You know, it is what it is.
All right, I'm gonna hang up. I got other stuff to do today.
I do too, man. I got to get going. I got another
All right,
appointment.
boss. Hey,
All right,
it was a lot of
brother.
fun. We'll see you.
See you later, man.
Hey, it's Ron here. Look, we had some technical difficulties. I don't know what happened. I think there was some sort of a surge in the internet or something, and so I am actually finally here. I have to actually manually shut down the show. I hope you enjoyed the show. Be back tomorrow at 9 a.m., and you never know what happens when it's live.